Welcome to the Loud Lounge with yours truly, Selector Free. And today, it's not your typical show. Beside me, I have icons of the music reggae industry. And we're going to do something different. Normally I introduce, but we're going to go by across the room where everybody tells Bermuda who they are.
Yeah, man, my name is Lyrical John, the Little Short Man from 1901. Yeah.
Yours truly, Lieutenant Stitchie, the teacher, the governor.
Bermudans, this is the King Jammys.
I am done with Johnny Osbourne, the dancehall godfather from Jamaica. A lot of things I'm going to write out that on paper because I'm original Jamaica from Jamaica and things that I made like computer. I'm there from the 60s, 70s, days, to the 90s, and new millennium, but still there, I kick it strong.
So, on behalf of Bermuda and the Loud Lounge, welcome to Bermuda.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We're not going to do no long talking, so let's get straight into it. Today, Bermuda, we have, let's say, the knights of the round table of the iconic music we love, dancehall reggae.
Right.
So, we're going to start off like this. Little John. Where did the name Little John actually come from?
Come from my mother, you know.
Okay.
My mother is a little lady.
Yeah.
Her name is Miss Lyrical. You understand? So, through my mother's name is Lyrical and through me it's so Lyrical. We just take Lyrical from her and say, Lyrical John.
So it got passed on.
Yeah. No, she's still.
She's still alive?
Yeah, she's
Oh, wow.
84 now.
Okay.
Still strong.
Yes.
I am a lover of citrus, like orange, lime, lemon, anything like that.
Yeah.
And so I was being called Stitchie,
Yeah.
citrus, and they shortened it and called me Stitchie.
Yeah.
And when I did a recording in
Yes.
1983, and they published the name as Stitchie. Instead of Lieutenant Stitchie, they call me. Instead of Lieutenant Stitchie, they call me Lieutenant Stitchie.
Okay.
And so I just accepted the name and just embraced it, and it worked out from then until now.
Okay, my name Jammys came from a comic strip character.
Okay.
It was my brother who was formerly known as Jammy.
Okay.
He resembled this comic strip guy and they just called him Jammy. So he migrated to United States and the name just fall on top of my head, you know what I mean? And they start calling me Jammy. So I moved from a prince to a king. You know?
Okay, well, I should have said to you how I got the name Lieutenant.
Yes.
Winning DJ competitions from a private to a corporal.
Oh,
to
so
a
you
sergeant,
moved up in the rankings.
to a lieutenant. Then I'm now called the Lieutenant Stitchie, the governor.
Okay.
All right, well, you know the name Johnny Osbourne. Johnny is not my real name, first of all. So my real name is Errol Adrian Ainsley Osbourne. That sounds like a nice big lawyer name, right?
It actually sounds like a knight.
All right, so what really happened now, I used to love to listen to Johnny Mathis and Johnny Ace. And Johnny Ace had a song that I love so bad called Never Let Me Go. And Johnny Mathis has one called Venus when I was a little boy. I used to love your Johnny Mathis. So I wanted to be Johnny Ace and Johnny Mathis so bad that the Errol thing wouldn't work for me because Errol too, I want them straight, nice name, you know.
Yeah.
But I want, somebody just said, you want me Johnny
Addition.
Mathis and Johnny Ace so much. You just take with the Johnny and leave the Mathis and the Ace.
Yeah, and the Osbourne.
So I'm going to become Johnny Mathis. So Osbourne is my real name.
Okay. So speaking on that, we can honestly say we have 150 years of entertainment in the reggae community in this room. If we're not. A lot of people don't understand that, but I'm a fan of the business, and I appreciate each and every one of you in here, your music, what you've done. Rhythms like the Panani, one of my favorite. My dub segment that the promoter hasn't booked me for is a mean slang tang version. Johnny Osbourne, believe it or not, my mama sent me Western Union to get me my first dub. And my first dub as an awesome song was Your Voice. Yeah. Then I kicked in to my good friend over here, and also Lieutenant Stitchie. But we will talk later about our program, because the view I'm having in my mind right now is a big combination. Yeah. So I could run it like I can make that my anthem like a Stern Love, or a King Eddie's, you know, or a Kilimanjaro.
All right.
Our King Jammys.
Yeah. No. Me and King Jammys is gonna do a little DJ Khaled collaboration. We can't let everybody know what we're really got playing.
I want to ask, can you afford that?
Huh?
Can you afford it?
My mama always taught me this, and there's a Bermudian saying, don't talk if you can't afford it. Never start the conversation until you have the money in your pocket.
Money where your mouth is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yes. So having these icons, we're gonna make this a discussion, not your typical interview.
Yeah.
All right then.
What, I would say this first to the artist before we go to the producer. What was the song that created your love affair with music? And we're gonna back it up with saying, when was that iconic moment when I said, I wanna do this and become an artist?
All right, listen. I'm in music from 8 years of age, right?
Yes.
I have some great artists that I admire growing up
Yes.
as youth.
Yes.
Artists like Dennis Brown, Sugar Minott,
Yes.
Gregory Isaac, name them. Wally
Yeah.
Altanelis, Ken Boot.
Okay.
In my district, they used to
Yeah.
call me Ken Boot
Okay.
because of the melody that them hear growing up as youth, and they say, so me have a little shop man where anytime I want something feet, anytime I want a bun and cheese or something, just go in there and look at the voice and the man say, it's something, yeah? And them give me everything I want feed, from bun and cheese to juice, and them kind of, you know, come here, as a Ken Boot, may I sing too?
Man, sing and mash down the man shot, man.
Baby, I'm not joking. It's not what I'm smoking, but say, I found out I've cut Ken Boot in car.
Okay. So
So
you was
the first time I record a song, Jammys was first time the Jammys take the voice of this song. A song with Sugar Minott, Captain Sinbad, and me, 51 star, me never bad. I mean, I say, God, yes, Sinbad, go there, little fine voice. That's the first recording I've had.
So we're talking about your first record. What was that energy and how you was feeling being put in the studio?
Listen, that make my moment, because that's what when I see myself at 8 around these big icons, it was a joy to me. So it was an awesome moment.
Okay.
Well, for me, it was a situation where my icon was Dennis Brown. And I used to sing like Dennis Brown, every note. I still can do it to this day. Dennis Brown was my idol. And when I got the opportunity to be on tour with Dennis Brown, it was a joy to me. But there was a little guy who have a sound system in my lane. It named Godson Disco. And every time I pass, go up, they were the owner of the lane. They used to own the lane. They own the properties. And so each time I can't pass him if I don't sing. And he used to drive do all different type of things to scare me. And so never sing first before me can go home.
So it sounds like a lot of things was going on. My partner to the side of me sang to get food, bun and cheese, and a bag juice.
Never sing for go home.
This one see to get
Yeah, and I used to play the sound system like every night.
Okay.
And him play a lot of Peter Dennis Brown albums. So my favorite Dennis Brown what really touched me was Concrete Castle King.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a very popular one.
A popular
But
song.
it's a popular.
Yeah, Concrete Castle King, a popular.
Will you give us
An
an
helping hand.
helping hand? And that was what got me.
Okay.
And sing every night, and then until I hear of two prominent Jamaican dancehall DJs, named Brigadier Jerry and Rankin Joe.
Okay.
And that was the magic. We decided that, listen, I have to do it. And I thought that these guys were reading from a book. And I realized that they were singing from the top of their heads. And then I said, no, I can't get this done. I can do this. You know? And then I started practicing the art and developed my own style. And here I am today.
Yeah.
And that was, let me say this, I can't miss this opportunity. In fact, when I did my first recording a song called If I Don't Care at the Aquarius studio, as a toddler then, to this day, from then to now, it's 40 years since I did my first recording.
1982.
1983.
1983.
2023.
Yeah.
Right? Calculation right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Math don't lie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my career started as an engineer. First, before engineer, I used to do electronics. Bill amplifiers, repair TV, and So I migrated to Canada. When I was there, link up with Bumpy. The whole of it used to go a room at the top and clubs and all them things and
Hang out.
hang out together. So in 1976, I decided to come home back. So I came home back to Jamaica and started my career as an engineer at King Tubby's studio.
Yes.
Then Bonnie Lee said to me, Jammy, you have a lot of talent, King. I wasn't King at the time, I was just Jammys. You have a lot of talent, Jammys. I'm going to give you 2 weeks, man, make you start produce some tune now, because I soon go to England, why you come with me? I said, okay. All right, so I produced 2 songs on Bonnie Lee's album and Bonnie Lee's rhythm. And he said to me, Jammy, you used to cut a lot of dubs for Fat Man. Make Fat Man send a ticket come give you, man, and you go to England. I said, all right. Him call Fat Man, I would talk to Fat Man, and Fat Man send a ticket for me. So at that time, 1976, we had this group, Black Huru, who was just rehearsing on the corner. We were brethren. So I decided that I would start with them because we have friends from Lyrical Boy days and things. So I recorded, the first album with Black Huru, Black Sounds of Freedom. And we went to England with Bonnie Lee. When I went to England, I took this album to a lot of distributors. Some of them, they said they couldn't afford it to put out a group that they don't know about. But one specific person named Count Shelley, Third World Record, he said, this group bad enough. They have a different sound from the rest of the people, So I gambled it, And I can't forget, I get £1,200 for the album.
Yeah.
Right? And I came back to Jamaica. I give Black Huru £600. And I said, I'm going to build some more with that £600. So that's how my career in the production business started. So I built more rhythms and, and history can tell you.
Yes.
I recorded more artists. And these artists here, especially Mr. Johnny Osbourne here, it was like, I would say, he's a part of the studio. Every day he was there, you know what I mean? Until Lyrical John and then Lieutenant Stitchie. And many more icons.
Have came through.
Singers came about and DJs.
And
we just
Jammys,
grew up the thing.
He was introduced to me by Steely from Steely and Cleary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And him tell Jammys said, Jammys, say baddest DJ in our world, And Jammy said, no, but I'm not DJ for my song.
Yeah.
You know, and I decided that I go by Jammys and do some songs. And I went one day and voiced 4 songs one time. And out of it came Wear Your Size.
Okay. Yeah, okay, right. Yes,
And Jammys did all the promotion and the necessary work to make sure the song hit and became a hit that it was. And here I am today, still recording with Jammys, still have Jammys as the greatest. And
okay.
Still King Jammys. I don't know if you can go from Prince to King. I know you can go from King to. Johnny?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to make it work. You know. You artist, you're not going to make it work. You know what I mean?
Well, my journey now is a journey, a fantastic journey. Now, you know, I was born in a time when Jamaica music never really started developing, so I'm listening to mostly American R&B before the Jamaican thing start.
So that's where a lot of your covers came
yeah,
from.
so I'm listening to Johnny Mathis, Johnny Ace, Sam Cooke, Billy Eckstein was one of my singing
yeah,
voice,
yeah,
and then Nat
yeah.
King Cole, Earl Grant, you know them man. And then I did Alpha Boy School that I attended for a while, and the sister, the Catholic sisters always get movies certain time of the month and let us, you know, for a fun time for us. She brought a movie called, I think it's, I don't know if it's a Student Prince, but Maria Lanza.
Student Prince, man.
Maria Lanza
Yeah.
was singing some songs, you know. And then she brought the great Caruso. So now, I'm getting to hear these voices, and I am saying voices is getting, there's so many voices. I want all of them voices to be mine.
Yeah.
So now we want all of them voices, and then we start to hear Benny King, Chuck Jackson, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, James Brown. We want them voices too. So now, and then we start to hear the Delphonics, the Moments, Temptations. Me hear some man with some falsetto where they need them voices to go when them man they sing, me realize them a thrill the women. Now Nat King Cole, I got a story that Nat King Cole, people tell me say Nat King Cole sang and thrilled the Queen. And his name was Nat Cole, and the Queen give him King, knight him and say him is King to him voice. You know, charmed her. Now I'm looking at Nat King Cole and say, Nat King Cole is a dark chocolate like me. Nice big mouth and big lips, and I say, and him a sing so sweet and thrill the Queen. Now I suppose you can do that, so I want all of these voices to be mine. So now, when I start practice, you know, start practice and want to sing like all of them. But then I realize now, I get a piece of all of these singers that I could sing something like each of them and sound like each of them. And so so now in my neighborhood, me the man walk out the whole neighborhood and sing. Every time I'm walking, I'm singing. All if you're in your bed sleeping. When I'm coming home, you're going to know I'm coming home that time. Because your mother going to say, who did I make up noise out there? And then I say, your friend Johnny. I make up all night, I call down Snake. And then them always ask me, when you look at trade? You know, okay, you're not going with that. And I say, you're going to see me on TV and hear me on the radio. I got surprised. So now, I had 2 friends. Me and them, so we have formed a little group. So I have a friend named Farry. He was a good singer too. I have another friend named Melvin Lala. He's a good singer. We started to try and make a little group. So Farry, that joker, him think he might be a better singer, so he want to take the lead in, and you know. So him call it, so him say Farry and the Diamonds. Cause we named Diamonds long before Mighty Diamonds coming out here. Farry and the Diamonds. We sing. We walk through the neighborhood and sing. We see how some girls at them gates. We just stop there and just start to sing. What's your name? Is it Mary or Sue? Do up.
Yeah.
What's your name? Do I stand a chance with you? It's so hard to find a personality that charms like yours for me. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. And then each of us sing a little piece of it. I stood on the corner, and then my friend, waiting for you to come along. And the other one said, my heart could be satisfied. And when we look, we see the girl, mother head peep over. Then her father head come from the other way, and I say, so now, nobody don't say get away from the gate. So we keep singing. Every gate we go that happen. So guess what? At night time, all them gate where we sing and charm them, the girl, there were 3 daughters, 4 daughters, 2 daughters, every gate. Through Jonestown, walk out, Trenchtown, everywhere I sing. So everybody know where I sing.
So let's say the story's changed. He sang for Bon and Cheese.
Sing for the girls there.
All right.
So you was the original ladies man.
So guess what now? When I realized that we just get fresh every evening, clean and nice and come out and neat and start walk and sing. And we stop at them gate there. And no more time. We nobody sing no more, no we come and stop and talk. And mother and father in here say, who that's out there at the gate? Oh, it's the singer them. I say, oh, all right. So good. Till we start inside of the yard now, behind the gate. And sit down and sing some nice, and nobody sing too loud, and some nice little, you know, doo-wops, you know, acapellas and things, and just walk through the neighborhood and sing. So now, I'll tell you how I start put the Johnny Osbourne name together. Everybody is saying the thing now go work. So we formed a little group, and we did a little contesting, drum bagel. After Virgins finished Opportunity Knocks, drum bagel take it on, and so me and my group entered, and we come second. Errol Dunkley, this little kid, like how you start. Errol Dunkley, that little kid, not that him better than me, but you know.
Yeah.
You know, that child there, and I'm fever, them little and him so little.
Yeah.
And when we say we sound sweet, you know, can I tell you, so we either do up a cappella group.
Melody thing.
And we sang a Paragons, Wicked. Errol Dunkley come and there and say,
You can find vibes.
him come and him say, I can't remember, it's not one of them tunes. He have a tune. I remember the one thing. Errol Dunkley come and him just come and him a little man, you know, and him sing. As great as we were, Errol Dunkley won the contest, we come second, you know. So, you know, first get £10, second get a £5 for share up. You understand how our group. So that's on already decided. Well, my friend, them like them, we're going to sing a two local place and them get stage fright and them can't manage it. So them start to get shaky. So I have to leave them now and get 2 more man and we do another little thing and go record a song. Now they used to have a thing named Pump It or Dump It.
Yes, we don't
Right?
have
So
that
now,
program there.
so now me I go sing a little tune now and me I say, if you go to Pump It or Dump It and you say, all right, this is Little John's song and we're gonna give it a test tonight as Pump It or Dump It. If you like it, say pump it. If you don't like it, say dump it. So now, I don't know if people gonna like my song. So when I recorded the song, you know, I remember a song named All I Have Is Love in the 60s. So everybody know my name, Errol. So I don't put Errol on my thing. I just put Johnny Osbourne. Most of your friends never know your last name if they know go to school with you. So them know Errol, you know. and my nickname Bumpy, so you don't even know my real name. So I want to stand aside and hear what people is saying about this song, if they like it or they don't like it, so I don't put my real name. I just put Johnny Osbourne. And the first week now, you pump it or dump it. It's like on a Wednesday night, I think you just come over and say, everybody there, the radio fusion, no one listen. Yes, tonight we have a pump it or dump it. We have a song by Johnny Osbourne and, we want to see what you say. So now, may I listen? If you see them, I go dump it. When they say dump it, you're boom, down on a garbage can.
Yeah.
So, shall we pump it or dump it? And I say, everybody phoning in now, and say, yes, that took a tune that sound nice, and if I hear the singer there, yes, I think we should have pump it, and people that start pump it and pump it. Nobody knows me. I'm here with my friend. I said, well, you tuned the last time, but I look at new artist named Johnny, the wickedest tune.
Yeah.
All right, so I made my first album 1969, the summer of 1969. My mother migrated to Canada, left me and my brother and my sister. She took them up there. I was the only child. My siblings went to Canada, migrated. Jamaica was getting bad politically, with political violence. My mother decided she had to come for me bodily. And I was singing a few songs for Winston Riley, Techniques label, and my mother decided to come. So I tell Winston Riley, my mother is coming to take me to Canada. So fast, I'm going to fast and finish them tune before you go. I finished the song on the morning of the day I'm going to migrate to Canada.
Oh, wow.
We went to the beach, sing, went to the beach, take a swim, come back to the studio, record the album. And my mother was waiting for me to come and catch a flight. And I could not get to my uncle's house in time to catch my mother to go with her. My mother went to the airport without me and left a message and said, tell him if him don't catch his flight, I'm done with him. Winston Riley had a car, Cartina L.
Yeah.
And the man break every speed limit and take me to the airport. And I was the last man coming on the plane, breathless. And when I come through, they're calling my name and waiting for me. When I come through the door, man, you're Canada. And my mother, you're my name, I call. And I go to the plane door, my mother look around and say, oh, whoa. So I migrated to Canada in 1969. Now, I have some songs hitting in Jamaica, and I did not go back until 10 years after. So that's, I won't leave that part of the history to this, okay? It's too long. But we're talking about from the 60s, so that's the start of my career. Too long, that's why we can't, bother to tell the story. The story have too much.
Too what?
Right, so now leave out some spaces some next one.
Okay.
But it's a true story, it's not like I make up a story.
Okay.
You understand?
No, man, you're right, man, because me did come in at a farm that pump it or dump it.
Yeah, man, let me tell you, man.
I have one tune when we say, I'd like to know what we're fighting for, boy. What we are fighting. And when they play the song, I'm lucky, because I passed the song, but I hear the dump it.
Oh.
Yeah, because I said that song was for pass, because we talk about what they're fighting for. So,
Yeah.
So everybody was hearing about me in Jamaica, and I'm not in Jamaica for 10 years. So I did not get any of that glory in Jamaica. And nobody know who, because and then now, when them really start to see the picture up on the album and them thing there, they realize, I said, you know what Johnny Osbourne? Ska bumpy. Everybody knows it. Everybody start rate me now, and all the people thought I came back to Jamaica now, and some people who used to tell me that I'm not gonna make it, and me tell them, see me on TV and hear me on the radio. Then they see me on the TV and hear me on the radio. So I see me tell you now, and some old people, I come back and say, Lord, my boy, me hear you on the radio.
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's so figure, man.
Lord God, because Stitchie. It come like a favorite. Sometimes I listen to myself and thought that it come like somebody tell me. I tell you. Yeah,
Next thing we want to talk about, what's the vibes that you heard while you're in a recording session?
Well, you see, me no smoke from a barn, and me no drink and stuff. But see my vibes, From hear it, from you put out the rhythm.
You're riding it. You're ready.
Mad, man.
The natural vibe.
I don't know
Yeah.
where film
Yeah.
vibes come from, you know, man. But
Yeah.
I tell you, all right, hear what them used to do, me now. So when I do show, and me them send me open.
Okay.
Because it look like...
To set the precedence.
Yeah, because it look like the man them, were for open them afraid.
Yeah.
So I say, no, well, God, no give me all opening. When we go there, so, I do way me and make food up. When I come, but if I don't care hold the fire, we don't go jump out. I fire
Yeah,
go
burn.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? So, my vibes, as I tell you, are natural vibes. So, I'm not just born with a vibe where not normal. Because when me come in a music, you know, me used to DJ, you know, as I tell you, say, go there, Simbad, go there. I go for DJ, you know. And when Sugar Miner look at me and say, John, you have the voice to sing. And when me do with the music now, you know, and my thing I go on up till today, you know, dancehall style, you know. Because when me come with music, man, look at me and tell me, say, I come for mash up music. Because when me do with the DJ, we take the DJ and my singing and me speed it up so it becomes
Sing J.
Sing J. You understand? So to me used to DJ, we come with the singing you know, and speed up the thing, so my thing all over me girl. You know, so my thing kind of a vibe that to it. So
Add melody to it.
yes. You understand? So I do so my thing. Come on.
Stick up in now, you know, sir. I never even tell you this now. Me that great DJ, you never even know. I just who me make me love.
Me know that.
So guess what
Me know
now?
that.
I used to DJ. So I mean you own the sing J. I make you know, because you never even know me you own the sing J. Because you see the same thing when you say you do it. And that me do. That's why them can't
For real, you know, Johnny, you're right, because some tune of me, or me hear your baba
Yeah, man.
whip and something.
Yeah, man,
Because when
yeah,
me come and sing Jane, even Sugar Miner, you know, Sugar Miner frightened for several and
Yeah, man.
was a little you to him and me, and you know, me just rise up in on the business.
Yeah, man.
Side eye, so I'm saying, you know, say, look at John, I was
Alright.
the fastest student me have. Just come in that Sugar Miner have to start singing to you too. Hear me now.
But because me used to sing like Dennis
Yeah,
Brown,
he made that sing J too.
the melody
Yeah, man.
has always been something with me from
Yeah,
that time
melody.
until now.
Yeah,
You know,
So look at John, you know, see me have to make a tune. Alright. Just because some man, me I show some man say, this a way. This a how sing J. Because some of them come and I try it. I say, what's your plan, Mr. Music Man? Say, what's your plan, Mr. Music Man? Me have a rubber dubber, me have a soul one, because you love on me music.
Yeah.
This a sing J style.
And them tune that's two the one tune back in the days, alright?
This a rubber dub style. This a sing J style. What kind of style are you really gonna play? So what kind of style
Yeah,
are you
for
really
real.
gonna play? Alright. Where my sing J style come from? Now, my mother it's for sure where the real sing J style come from. When me get it from now. How me get a sing J from me a little boy. From a little boy and a sing J. Because guess what now? You used to do it. Me show you say you used to do it. When the mother send me out, the mother no have no lot of money.
We used
She
to
give you a little bit of
memory.
money and send you out to go buy something. So she say, 1 pound of flour with little cornmeal,
Yeah.
big jilla
Yes.
oil.
I stick a bit.
A stick
I
of
just sing it
stick
and
of
go.
butter.
I just sing it and I go shop.
Half pound of sugar, 1 tin of milk, 1 pound of sugar, half pound of flour, and big jilla oil.
Yeah.
Half pound of flour and big jilla oil. I better sing that and I go
Yeah.
and I run and I go and come back. Because if you forget that, you get a slap. So that's one of the sing J style. Because some man like
That's how me I sing and DJ and come up with some fresh style in a DJ when we do we night and day. No night and day. Great ambition.
This is on my planet. Yeah, okay.
When I was just a little boy.
You know, man, because you have sing J thing, boy,
Yeah.
and
No, man, I
some
sing
weird
J,
man.
man. I don't have him have it about it, but sing J, man,
And
man.
this is what she said to me. Yes, right. And key.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said, well.
You know, moving to the city, me have a big fat ways. Hungry, they making me African me tea. And don't miss them, but I went the right
Alright,
again.
you see,
Something
all you DJ harmony can always fit to you, know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Melody.
because
Melody.
it's a
Melody.
melody. Vice.
And I guess you never know that Bumpy Johnny Osbourne is a harmonica player too. He play harmonica wicked.
All right, funny enough.
Yeah.
But all right,
That's
you know,
a talent.
You never know I'm a melodica player also.
Yeah.
All right, I play melodica pan the second quarter warrior when me do. Plus, it's a Stagalag for Winston Riley. I played a Stagalag, one of the Stagalag, and me played with them.
Last time, I played with me,
is Augustus Pablo. Never Stagalag when named Hijack. It come pan a 45 and name by the Japanese boy have it, buy it at Jamaica, and somebody send it, him give one a Japanese friend and them send it come give me. I never know Winston Riley put it out. I was just doing that for joke. The Stagalag, name Hijack. And tell him, it look fit. Look at what make it here. Hijack. And pan the Disco 45 Warrior, I play a mean melodica. So no people you know me play harmonica, I play melodica.
And play harmonica on my
So me tell me about Stagalag when I play.
But what was your song?
Come on, I Black Uro too.
When I Black Hole song.
Okay.
Now,
I play harmonica. If you listen to Mr. DC,
Yeah, me tonight.
I play harmonica for Mr. DC. That Mr. Daddy, man mixed up. You give them all some season and then mix out so much just you look like because that's how they mix. But I play harmonica for Mr. DC also.
okay. So, Mr. Jammys,
Yes, sir.
what we want to talk about.
Yeah, film thing I know.
Yeah.
I'll leave the king
Well,
with that.
we got to kick you in to the king now.
Cause the king a bigger
It's
thing.
it's his inauguration today. It's the King's Day. So
Yeah,
what we're
yeah,
gonna
right,
talk
yeah.
about.
And the king there, you know.
Yeah, today is the
You know,
King's
King?
inauguration.
The king there.
So what we want
That's
to
why you're
talk
there.
about.
That's why you're there, you know.
Yeah, you've worked with a lot of iconic veterans, Travis Sparks, Frankie Poe.
It's not just work, but
Come
sorry,
on.
not to correct you, but have to. It's not just work with them, but he created them.
He created the song.
Us.
Yes, yes. So what was it like with those experiences, working with them, creating what we can say, myself as a younger selector in the business, iconic songs like I Score the Girl, Bye Bye Love. Believe it or not, tomorrow you have The Party. Those are iconic songs in Bermuda. When you hit those certain rhythms, you'll watch the energy go from her to her.
Well, one of the main reasons for that formula is we work together. You know, I don't work as an individual
Work as a
and
team.
don't have the artist input. We always work as a unit, you know. We hear the ideas from the artists and we put
And the
everything
artists hear the idea from the
ideas
king
with
also, I
artists
put
from
them
me.
together.
And we put it together and make it happen.
From then
You know what I mean?
till now.
Yeah, and I'm an engineer apart from a producer. I'm an engineer.
And the
Lyricist
king,
too, lyricist too.
and the king sing little
Harmony.
harmonies too. And the king.
Lyricist too.
You see the king? One thing I can tell about the king. I don't care who never tell you. King have good ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
No man, born with good.
See ears.
And you can hear voices.
Ears.
You know when the voice are going to
Yeah,
hit,
him
and
have
from
that.
when the voice at the park.
Him have that now.
And him very bold like that.
And guess what now? There's something the king never tell you about the whole of this music thing. Alright. When the king there in Canada and we sit down, we play music, we listen to music, we go enough dance and thing, but we were sitting down there, sitting in Canada, and I say to the king, say, time to go back to Jamaica and make some blow dance skirt music now. I mean, listen to all the rhythm I want to sing, but I know art, listen, I'm in Canada for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I listen to every rhythm that I want, every rhythm that I know that is my rhythm. And I see for 10 years and then the king said, the king go away and leave me in Canada. He left Canada before me and him go there. But me come on Jamaica afterwards and we did done, I sit down and I say, we are going to do this thing. This is not something that happened accidentally. You understand? I mean, the king are brethren differently. You see him?
Wonderful.
And the king and even John, when they meet a barn in and me have them, they can't go away and leave them with me because I know them safe. Because I meet Uncle Johnny from early out. You understand? So, me and Johnny sit down, when that Johnny sit down in Canada, before them thing happened, I said to the king, I'm going to Jamaica and make some loud and skirt music. And I said, take up back my whip, you know. and take up my career. But King was a think a joke. So I come back to Jamaica, and every rhythm that I like, I go we do some jam, and I go a studio one. All right. In my younger days, I was auditioning for years, every Sunday, everywhere, to be able to voice a tune. I never get to the front line of the audition, so I didn't get to record for studio one, and I never get for record for Joe Creed, Treasure Isle, because them keep me out of that. And I said, I did not want my life or my career to end before I get a chance to record for the Motown of Jamaican music. So I came back, and even when me and Jamie make some music, I still pass a studio and I said, no, I have to get in and them reading me, can't make them reading me done now, you know. So I went there and to Mr. Dad, I said, yes, you know, me need, you know, me say, then Jackson, you know, should I did come back, man, and come tell me what it. Then I said, me there now. I said, then they in a room, then I'm going to room and get a whole t-shirt. Dust off some 24 track. And pick out what number me reading them want. I just carry them around and give to them. I stack them up and take one rhythm. So I revived a lot of Coxsone, you know, pseudo one, old dancehall rhythm. You understand?
Yes.
And make sure I make a mark in the studio one label, because I didn't get a chance when I was younger. Even when people hear the song that I did in 1979, 1980s, they thought I recorded them in the 60s at Studio One, because they sounded like I was.
Even me think so.
They thought I was recording from the 60s. No, the first recording at Studio One that I did was 1979. See me? Water more than flour.
So let's talk about you. We would call you Mr. Dub.
Yeah, all right, I know.
The Dub Doctor.
The Dub Doctor.
The Dub Doctor.
All right, my
Mr.
email address.
Robert Dub.
My email address is dubdoctorus@gmail.com. So if you want to get to me, you don't even have to know my name. dubdoctorus@gmail.com.
So Bermuda, take that down. No. So how you guys, let's speed it up a bit.
Yeah, man.
How
Fast
you
forward.
feel about the trend of reggae and dancehall now? From your
First-
era to now.
First, I must say this. Dancehall was derived from slang thing
Yes.
through me.
Yes.
That was the first hit dancehall rhythm.
Yes.
I was experimenting. I love to experiment. I love to record new artists. I like to hear new things, new rhythms. Johnny can tell you, because we sit together and formulate a lot of those
Whole heap
things
of
in the
things and
studio.
put them together.
You know, every day we just sit down. Mama Rice boil the cornmeal porridge.
Bake the pudding them.
Bake the pudding them and the two to them, and we eat.
them, and we there and
Our belly full, and we say work time, and we start. And we formulate a lot of ideas
Yeah, man, together.
together and
Yes.
put them to maturity.
Okay.
But the slang thing rhythm now started the dancehall era,
Yes.
right? When I first built the slang thing rhythm,
Yeah.
because I never used to get in a lot of play on the radio station and at a top sound system in Jamaica. I used to send them to the dances, the new rhythms and the new artists, send them to the dances and get the feedback from the dances, so I would know which tune is ready to go and release.
Okay.
You know, so that's how I used to do it. Well, the slang thing, that was a hit from day one. You know, so many people want to go on that rhythm.
So
And in the dub business now, what I used to do, I forgive this, I run it from,
Yeah.
there's a point B, you know, from Jammys now. And Jammys there and dance, I'll keep the night. I have a little song in my head. So now, I'm not gonna sing the real words where the song is yet. They sing it in a, because nobody steal the words yet.
Yeah,
So we
that's
fix it
it.
in a sound system where
Yes,
and go to the dance
special,
on
authentic.
a special, on a particular rhythm, and it goes so, and goes so, and the people them love it. You see tomorrow now.
Just come with the real lyrics.
Come with the real lyrics now, record it, and then as it record, we make the special for Jammys song. Like we said, oh what a la la, Papa Jammys in your area.
That was a special.
That was a special, and it went.
But it was so popular.
It go on the
That's why I decided.
Disco 45.
I decided to put it released on record.
And sound system man buy it and play it.
It and the other one, none of them sound like Jammys.
None of them sound like Jammys.
Those two were special.
None of them sound like
special.
Remember you put out a dub plate for me?
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. Then if it's good, you can go out, man.
No, man.
In fact, right now, to this day, Jammys asked me to do a dub plate for him. I said, no, can't do it as a dub plate.
The 45.
One song me I say, no for them I go like them. You know what people call for
Yeah, man.
dub plate.
Yeah, man. So me test. So me is a man, right? Me is a man, right?
We tested the dancer.
Me test the dancer. The people start following me. But from long time, me and Jammy.
Long
Me and
time.
Jammy I say, oh,
Yeah.
it's a Jammy. So, me know Jammy don't play. I say, all right.
Are we really?
Me don't even tell Jammy where me I go.
Are we really getting between Johnny Osbourne and myself? Are we really get the dub business so popular?
Serious. I'm serious.
We get the dub business so popular
Because when I make dub for see how people react because radio play with them want
yeah,
to play.
and we not getting a radio play.
So,
you know.
what I want to ask you guys now, how do you feel the modern day trend is, or people's not really voicing on rhythms, is singles? How you guys feel about that?
Well, but look, I've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not anything new.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? People just take it and water it down. We used to have authentic rhythms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We used to have authentic rhythms that we voice on. These
Yeah.
people now just water on the rhythm and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know? So we started that long time ago. I created a one rhythm album too.
Yeah.
Yes, I made the first one rhythm album.
Okay. And then
Because you know why?
okay.
So many artists was interested in going on the rhythm. So I said to myself, why? We can't put out so much singles. We have to make an album with these because you know nobody's gonna go out there and buy so many singles.
Yes.
You know, so we just put it on one compilation album and market it, special price, and that even better to have a collection in one format.
We have one thing we want to address a while ago,
Yes.
pertaining to the dancehall. When them people are called dancehall, that's not what we call it.
True.
We used to do our sound system, the DJ hold the mic, and if a singer there, the DJ say, the singer before the DJ.
Alright.
That's so them what them do, mix up this way with name dancehall. You understand? So and them young youth are now come with something when I talk about dancehall, which is we have dancehall different.
Oh, my contribution to that is that what they have tried to do is to try emulate what we have already done.
Alright.
And in making the effort, they mess up.
Yeah.
And so what they're presenting now is the best up version that they know called dancehall. But it's not really dancehall.
It's not really dancehall.
And it doesn't make them to me.
Because if you listen,
Pardon me if me want to call it wrong, but me not really call them artists. Me call them arthritis. Because they bring pain to the business.
if you listen back in the days to a Buddy Boy, or even a Liquor John dancehall song where we record from
Clark's
the
Booty.
Duck Rhythm and Clark's Booty and all them things there, right? Those are melodies. Those songs can live for years to come.
When them people hear them song then, we not consider Jammys. When people hear them song then, and we walk on the streets, you know, and a man
Sing along.
the man tell us, look like them song, and look like I yesterday.
Even now,
They never can't, they don't people, when they play them tune,
when they play these songs on the radio now in Jamaica, you think it's just make tune?
Yeah.
And when you have even party now.
Yeah.
just
These songs, what these
Cause them song I know I save, hold on.
Liquor
And them
John,
song I know,
Stitchie,
let me honest to you. And our song we do from 80s.
Still
it
around.
has served.
Till now.
It has served till now.
The
Because
longevity, the longevity
Yes.
of your
I'll
music.
tell you this.
Yeah.
What we used to do back in the days. So we invented this thing. We have a standard that we work off.
Yes.
We work off a standard that we believe in songs with good melody, correction, good grammar. We know that these songs will last forever.
You know much mistake,
You know?
hold on, you know much mistake in them song, you know, where you them record. And there's not an engineer there to say.
Let's do
No,
that
that's not right, you know. It just go out the same way. So
It's one
at
thing.
them time when Jammys and them man,
One
when Jammys
thing.
and them man are produce, you know, the man they tell us say, look at John, apart and right, you know. You don't
It's
have
one
that,
thing
you don't
I
have
can't
that.
tell you
If you go
something.
to bed and realize
do that,
that,
you
you
get-
back tomorrow.
Even-
tomorrow.
If I record advice today with says Johnny Osbourne,
If I go in bed and
and
get bedside and
listen to it,
listen,
you know, I
tomorrow
listen to it
morning
on my
I'm
bed.
not
When I'm in bed, I listen to it on my phone. I hear my little player. And me hear one little
call you
mistake.
tomorrow.
I say, Bumpy, what little thing for correct on this? And him now tell me, say, oh,
Yeah,
he's
like-
coming to do it because
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's a collaboration.
Yeah,
yes.
It's something we're
a sim-
doing to
it's
make it better.
It's a similar thing lyrically, you know, because as a teacher, I'm the one who brought figures of speech to dancehall, you know, like metaphors and similes and, you know, personification and all of these things. I brought it to dancehall. And so I used to think, for example, and even the sentence construction for the song Great Ambition. If you listen to that song, I was debating with myself, you know, almost one whole night about correcting after I recorded, you know, where I said, when I was just a little boy, I asked Mama, what will I be? Will I be a singer? And this is what she says to me.
Says.
You see? And normally we say, and this is what she said to me.
Yeah.
But there is a difference in terms of the construction and the figures of speech.
Yeah.
One is in the past and one is in the present. So the past present tense and the future present tense.
Intense.
Yes.
So
So they become mixed and you can sense can
And,
be right.
and
Yes.
one become a reported speech, figure of speech, and one become a direct
Direct.
Yeah.
figure of speech.
So what we can say is, we'll put it out to the artists out there. Let's work on creating your craft, putting a better product out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what we see now in the dancehall scene is not what the fathers before them did.
No.
And what I believe we should do is a lot more homework. Have these
That's why-
artists
that's why-
write down the lyrics.
That-
Take
well, I
the
know,
time, you know.
That's why I feel so bad about the music today, because I remember in the early years of Ken Booth and all those type, Johnny Osbourne and those type of artists, we learned something from them.
All right.
So we expect.
But the reason why we learned from them, Johnny, was because we were willing to learn.
Yes.
These
True.
these young
Yeah.
people know they know everything.
Yeah.
But we can
I
say
know
that.
nothing.
But we can say that in one aspect. But I think it's nice that we have this conversation, bring the generations together.
True.
Right.
We don't have too many artists like how we guys are talking now and says, look, I'm got a TJ, I'm got
I have
Valiant. Let me bring them to the studio
I have
and let's
approached some of
talk
them.
and bring them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have approached some of them. And what the first instruction I gave to one, he never come back.
But listen, the reason why they're not willing to come, they're feeling that they're bigger than these
Exactly.
artists.
Exactly.
You know, they're
So-
feeling
so
that
there's
they're
nothing for
bigger
them
than
to
these
learn.
artists, and these artists are the godfathers of the thing.
And what we can say
They laid the
is,
way, they paved the way
we
for
can
them.
all say this, ego
Yeah.
can make us and destroy us
No,
Right.
at the same
it
time.
always break us.
Right.
Ego really mean he's got out. EGO.
I like that. I
You
like
see,
that.
now my Jamaican mentors
Yes.
was Alton Ellis and Ken Booth. And if you listen to a lot of songs that I sing, sometimes when I'm in the midst of my song, I say, Alton would flick the part of the way. So I just gear Alton flick. And next part, I say, Ken would squeeze the one of the way there. And strangle it. I mean, just squeeze it and strangle it.
What we guys are actually talking
what I mean?
about is that the generation are not understanding what was given to them, and a lot of them, who put it out there, are one-hit wonders.
And they could have
And
done
there's
more with it.
one-hit
They could have done
wonders.
more with it too.
They can, their art form can go a lot further.
All right.
But that one song puts them from a nobody status to a somebody status. But instead of keeping the somebody status going, they're stuck there, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
Music can take you over the world.
Yeah.
Music is a networking tool.
Well,
But
first, I need to ask.
Then again, these young producers and artists, they're singing for their peers.
Yes.
They don't realize that there are other international listeners out there and other people out there who want to hear what they used to hear from Johnny Osbourne, Stitchie, or Lyrical John, or Greg Razak, or Dennis Brown. You still have people who want to hear that because those lyrics or those musical melodies lives on. You can play a song that is recorded 30 years ago from Ken Booth or Johnny Osbourne or Lyrical John or Stitchie or Greg Razak, and people are willing to listen to it and to hear it.
But
You
with that,
could play it for little
that
children.
as well that time.
You could play it in your household.
People them not on for make bed pan. So when they want to make bed pan, something they have to go back to a
Foundation.
YouTube and go say, go look for Johnny Osbourne and Lyrical John.
So it's great that we're having this conversation that people can hear and have a better understanding.
What I was going to say, what is the bedrock to all of that is that people have to first understand what is music before you do music.
Right, but then what I can say to you is, as the younger generation, when he first created the slang thing, it was a culture shock to the generation
Yeah, but nothing is
prior
wrong.
to that.
But listen,
So we can say, as music
Let me address that.
evolves,
let me address that. Let me
Okay.
address that.
okay,
See, there will always be change.
yes,
See,
yes,
as you live on,
yes,
because this is how we are here.
yes.
But there must be a foundation that you're coming from. You can't just come out of thin air and you don't have no bedrock.
You know what I'm
Because there's no root, then the tree
Yeah,
will
because you
wither.
used to have mental, you used to have ska,
It will wither.
Yeah,
then you have rock
If they try to correct them, man,
reggae,
if they try to
dancehall.
correct them, man, they run away now.
So they don't listen.
So we don't
That's-
need,
that's-
that's why we don't go around there.
That's what I'm saying to you, that they need to understand what music is, and I'm seriously about that. Do you know what music is?
And then again,
We can't
Mr. Host, you know, they are not doing it for the love of the music.
that's right.
They are doing it for some hype.
Money. Money and
Benz and some
Yeah.
gold ring and,
image.
you know, image. They're not doing it for the love of the music.
What's the root of the music?
The love will make everything happen in due season.
Music comes from the root word. I slipped my thought.
Okay.
See?
So let's speed it up a bit. Who are you guys, as icons, would say that you can say that are the young promising to push the future of the business? And I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna throw some names out there.
You have couple of them.
I'm gonna throw Romain Virgo.
Romain Virgo, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw
Romain Virgo.
Tyrus Riley.
Cyrus Riley.
Yes.
We can throw
Same Chronics.
Christopher Martin.
Same Chronics. You can't put Chronics out.
Chronics.
Come on, Chronics. Christopher Martin,
The Melodies of D Major.
Jesse Ryle,
Yeah,
Jesse
Ryle,
Royal.
them kind of youth, yeah.
And let's separate it. We'll go around the room. Who would you say be your singers for the next generation to push this art form and music genre, which we love?
Well, there are names that you don't call it that you don't know.
Yes,
That is in the making. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I
Yeah.
will keep that as a surprise.
yes,
You know, because I have a female singer right there now as a lineage who I know she's gonna storm the world.
okay,
You know, she started like how Bumpy started, Johnny Osbourne.
yeah,
You know, low
We don't
key.
have no problem.
Low-key.
Listen, we don't have no problem with who sing music. All we have problem is the guy them where attack and take no correction and make it look like them not come off at a good table and like them know, listen to other person in other business and know so well then when some people are trying to tell us that reggae are dead, reggae don't have nothing when them dead. And some little people are dead.
Well,
So
in the
the
industry
music-
here, in the industry,
Yeah.
I was about to say
hold
news.
on, in the industry, I don't only have a recording studio. It's like a university when you come to my place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm now building a museum. We have 4 recording studios in the complex, right? We teach engineers to further their, skills.
Yeah.
We have writers
Yeah.
that we have there that we teach how to write songs to. We have musicians. So we have a whole format of thing. We have a whole gamut of musicians and people interested in music.
Okay.
So it's like we operate a future
Academy
for the academy,
Yeah.
An academy
for the young
of the
people.
musical arts.
But whosoever will may come.
Right
you
on.
know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
The
not
door's
everybody's
open.
gonna come
No.
because
Yeah.
everybody don't want to fall under that
Yeah.
regime that they're you have to do the standard to go there to start producing
Yeah.
because
The
with
people
me,
them,
all of my sons are producers and engineers and musicians.
Guys,
And they have to reach a special standard before they
guys,
can do it.
this has been an interesting interview.
To be continued.
To be continued. We need a part 2.
Yeah, we need a part 2.
We need a part 2 to
because
finish it
The
the
next
right
time
way.
we meet, we will have a part 2.
Yeah, and
Yes,
I mean
yes,
the part two will be
The
even
part 2
more
is
than
the part 2 is gonna need a part 3.
but what we're doing now, we're asking our fans to make this a date. Don't be late. Bring your queen, left your machine, and make we have a jolly good time tomorrow.
It's my first visit to Bermuda. You know what makes my day yesterday and my evening yesterday? As I was coming through the airport, the immigration, the custom. Mr. Lloyd James, I watch on TV every day. I don't know these people from birth. I want to say big up for the immigration and the custom at the airport.
Yeah, man,
And
today,
all the people
today
in
one
Bermuda.
of the immigration, when I tell them, say, my name is Lyrical John, I said, Jesus, my favorite artist, I have to do few little jingles for him. So I have to big up that immigration. Him tell me his name, but I don't remember it off part. But if
Okay.
you know yourself, what it respect.
I want to say
Big up
this.
Bermuda.
Big up Bermuda.
I was going to say that music comes from the root word muse, which means to make, think.
Yeah.
So you know that because whatever it is that you're putting out there will last for life.
Okay.
Because it's the main thing. So you can affect people's thinking with your music. So if you're not saying and putting out there the right message, you're going to water down our
We really
industry.
have to have another version of this
Yes.
program.
So,
And the final thing that I want to say is, for young musicians, any fears or any part of the music business you are. I went to Alpha Boys School and I wanted to be a trumpeter. At the same time, I like how trumpets sound and wanted to play it. And I was learning it in Alpha Band under the leadership and mentoring of Lenny Hibbert, one of the greatest musicians I know, disciplinarian, great musician. And I can't remember the name of the book that he gave me. The first thing I said, I want to learn music. Yeah, so I was teaching us to read music. And the first book he gave me to read, I don't remember the name of it. I think it's The Rudiments of Music. So now, all young musicians, there's just one little sentence me have to tell you now. Try to know what is music. Music is a combination of sounds pleasing to the ears.
Yeah.
All right, so.
okay.
And make we tell the people that we are here.
We are here for tomorrow night, you don't know.
That is King. This is
the other king.
Yeah.
Because the other one is crowning today, but in crowned long time. So now it's a King Jammys And you don't know.
I know that's Johnny Osbourne.
And we are celebrate King Jammys
Lieutenant
and the
Stitchie.
King's weekend.
Yeah.
You don't know. In a Bermuda, old school, real,
And we're
original
gonna
old
catch
school
the place
dance.
on fire.
There.
Musical fire.
Adam Styler. Why nobody give me that nigga like a she mood up. You think of that? She was pregnant, yes, mama. Come here, say she sick. You think of that? Kick out your foot and show your clocks.
The place playing in Bermuda tonight. We gonna rock it tonight. Papa Jam is rocking tonight.
So Bermuda
What a
tomorrow
la
night.
la, what a chala. King Jam is in the area.
Yeah, time
I think say bad like a yours.
But let me hear you say, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah. Bye, number one. A King Jammy say, you know that he's the real champion. You don't know.
I them
Tomorrow
tune
night,
that.
at them something.
Well, I'm laughing, the full
Big up John.
She go
Big up to all the Jammy crew. I done the Firehouse crew.
So tomorrow
Big
night,
up
Bermuda, make it a date. Don't be late.
And make
You
sure
see
that
'em here.
young girls wear your
Break it.
eyes.
Bring your queen
Yes,
and not your machine. Bermuda, this is a party we've
Yeah,
been
fine,
waiting for.
My Papa Jammy.
Come early.
So nice.
Make sure you're there early. Make it a date and don't be late. This is yours truly, Selector Frey, with icons of the business here on the
Bermuda.
Loud Lounge at Bermuda.
Selector Frey.
Get ready
Selector
for the
Frey.
part 2 coming soon.
And you keep up the good work.
Give up the good work.
I'm going to
Respect.
honor the promoter.
Yeah.
So you know what? We don't normally do this at the Loud
Jamal.
Lounge. Mr. Hart, come here. Come on stage.
Jamal,
Walk in, walk in,
always
walk in,
humble.
walk in.
Yeah.
It's humble. This guy, sit right there.
People.
Bermuda, they don't normally say
Jamal
this.
Hart at the
But
bar.
this is one of the
man.
guys that backed me from day one in doing this show, and we appreciate you, man, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yes, I want to
I
thank the
will
law
never-
room.
Yeah,
What
la
happened
la.
to say?
I will
Law
never-
lounge, law lounge.
Listen to this one. Listen to this
Yeah.
one. King Jammys School will never come to Bermuda unless Mr. Hart is the promoter.
Yeah,
No,
man.
man, no,
Hart.
listen.
You hear
Listen.
that? You hear that?
Right
You hear that?
He's all Hart.
Listen,
Mr. Hart is
we
all
honor
Hart.
this. We honor this promoter, yeah. This
All right.
promoter.
So
yeah.
before we end,
Yeah.
here's my manager.
The man.
So the collaborations that we talked about earlier, Stitchie talked about the 25 to the 15. My manager's her. We'll work on our price later.
No, you behind the scene.
And we're using a cricket
Hey,
term.
you behind the
Whatever
scene.
happens on tour,
Cameraman
stays
behind
on
the
tour.
scene.
My
Salute.
price is not your price. We'll leave it at that. Right?
Behind the scene. What is
So it's the Loud Lounge.
Bless
We
up.
out of here.
All right, bless up and one love, Bermuda. Love.
Listen, yes.
You gotta take the pictures from me. Hey, hey.